35. We are at 40 inches SID tabletop because she's going to be tabletop just like that. That's fine. Thank you. She's going to be 35 degrees like that, okay?
Okay.
This is the one that you have to have your patient hold your hand back with their fingers back as much as they can. If they can't do it, don't hesitate to get some tape and have them hold the
Pull it
tape
back.
okay?
Okay.
So just have your hand straight out. Good. So I'm always going to start with it. She's pretty much right in the center anyway. I'll have you turn the lights on for me. Thanks. All right. So where's my central ray going to be?
At the base of the third.
So it's carpal canal, so it's going to be, yes, at the base of the third, so it's about an inch inferior to the base of the third. That's why this is called a tangential projection, because you're kind of skimming the base of the third.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of move this, because I'm not detenting, because I'm tabletop. So I'm going to move this a little bit to be about right there. You see how it kind of makes a little canal there?
Mhm.
Some people have more prominent canals than others, but she's able to hold her hand back a lot, which is good. So remember, it's about 35 degrees here. About an inch inferior to the base of the third. So here's my central ray. She's still in there a little bit. And then she has to do a 10-degree tilt to the radius. We know the radius is always on the actual thumb side.
Thumb side,
Okay? So I'm going to collimate a little bit more, but you don't want to get too crazy because you want to get the whole canal. And then I put my marker to the side because remember you're throwing this so that you have an angle on it. So it's going to be a little obscured. So you never want your marker to go in the middle because
Okay.
that's where we're actually going to be throwing it, so seeing the canal,
Mhm.
but also you don't want it in any of the shadows. So I just put it about right up there to the side.
Okay.
We're at 40 inches. She's able to do that. That's it. Pretty easy.
Sweet. Mm-hmm.
It just, when it's, so I'm going to find her clavicle. So we know mid-clavicle, so I'm going to go up a little bit. About mid-clavicle. Now I'm going to move this behind her because I moved that. About right there. So I'm going to collimate because we only need the top, we only need the clavicle, right? So I'm going to go up a little bit more actually. There's the clavicle, good. You know that you're getting this side, you see the jugular notch, so you know you're getting that side. Moving up this way a little bit more. She's looking away, which is good. She'd be shielded. And then I put my marker right there. Okay? So that's AP. Now, for the axial, turn the light off so you don't get it in their face. What is the degree of annulation?
15?
30.
15
thick, 30 thin.
30 thin. TNT.
So we do like
So,
the-
you have to go
Less
from
is
90.
more.
Yes. You have to go from 90. So from 90,
So
we're
like
going to
110.
go, yeah. We'll just do about 110, just go in the middle. Now you're angling up, so you're obviously not going to be lined up anymore. I automatically bring it down a little bit just so it won't be in their face. And I can line up from there. Now, one thing to keep in mind is I did not change my collimation from the first one, right? So
Mhm.
step off to the side. That looks very different, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Okay, you have to remember we are now angled. So we went from a horizontal beam to an angled beam. So we have divergence of the beam. So
Mhm.
that's why it looks so weird to some people. So put your
Mhm.
back up against it now. So now I'm going to have to do mid again. So I'm going to raise it up because you have to go to the same central ray. So about right there. I'm going to move it this way again to get our center.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. About right there. Okay. Now, rule of thumb here. The first one, her clavicle is right here that we can see. The first one we had a horizontal beam, so we knew that it was perpendicular. The actual central ray was perpendicular to her clavicle, and then parallel. Her clavicle is parallel to the midreceptor. So her clavicle is going to look like exactly how it is on her body. For this one, anytime you angle the tube, you're throwing something up or down. You're throwing anatomy out to see something, or you're throwing it somewhere else. Okay.
Right.
So her clavicle, the whole point is to throw it above her shoulders so we can see an unobstructed view. So on